Well, isn't this just bloody lovely? Hanging out. Hey, Fred. On the river. Fire. It's raining. Under the big awning. Feels like winter. So, today we are going to be doing a big peri-peri cook-up. If you didn't know, my dad is Zimbabwean, or Rhodesian, back when he was there. And he lived near the border of Mozambique. Mozambique is very famous for peri-peri. It's where peri-peri I think Spain is actually where peri-peri comes from. Sorry, Portugal. Sorry, my bad. Peri-peri is Portuguese. Mozambique is Portuguese speaking. Anyway, long story short, peri-peri is a huge thing over in Mozambique and in Southern Africa. And specifically, peri-peri prawns. So I'm going to do today a peri-peri platter. I'll show you what it is. But until then, I'm going to sit back, relax, and enjoy this stunning spot. Oh, this is nice. No reception, just relaxing. Right, let's start prepping some stuff. Now, what I did before I got this stuff ready was put this corn in some water. I've chucked it in a washing up tub. I'll use that water later on for washing up. What that does, it's going to hydrate the corn a bit. So you get those like sort of a bit hard and sad looking, the kernel's not very plump. Whack it in some water and you can still reuse that water. I've left that in there for about 2 hours. Fred, what are you doing? What are you looking for? You looking for a snack? You're not going to get one. Okay, so start off with marinating some chicken. Oi, get out of it. Go away. Not for you. Not for you. On your mat. So Fred is an opportunist. He will see food and go, oh, I wonder if I can get some of that. And if you give the command, not for you, he knows exactly that. It's not for him. These are skin on, bone out chicken thighs from the butcher. And I'm just going to whack on some Nando's peri-peri sauce. I like the hot. Get whatever variety you want. Make your own. Do whatever you want. Use another hot sauce, but for peri-peri, it's definitely not the most traditional. Haven't heard back from Nando's, just saying. Guys, if you want to send me some peri-peri and some peri-nays, I'd appreciate it. Quickly give that a marinade. Right, leave that there for, I don't know, whatever, 10 minutes. Here we have some big Skull Island prawns in, yes, a bin bag. These are, on average, 22 centimetres each, and they're awesome. They're a wild-caught tiger prawn. So this is like the machete's specialty. The machete is this model of knife from Osprey. This is just so good for shellfish. So these are not a farmed prawn. Caught off Northern Territory. Okay, some rice. Now, what we're doing here is we're emulating a side-of-the-road street food Mozambican feed. This is something, I mean, I haven't had peri-peri street food since I was a little kid. But it's something my dad grew up eating and something he always talks about. And then every time I hear about it, I want to eat it. So, let's do it. Wish I had some stock or something to go in this. Bit of chicken stock would be really nice, but I don't. It's okay. Rinse that, drain it. Just gonna drain it once, save water. And then 1.5 times as much. Okay, put this rice on. And we'll give that a few minutes and then we'll get back to the other stuff. All right, next steps. We'll start on the corn. Fred, I'm not sure what you want. I mean, I'm pretty sure he wants dinner, but he eats after me, so bad luck. I am nice to my dog, by the way. I'm really nice to my dog. It's just that I've got boundaries, because if I didn't have boundaries, he's a psycho. There's a little trick. Instead of doing butter and other stuff on your corn, you can literally use Peri-Peri. Mayo works basically the same as butter on veggies. So this is a hot Peri-Peri, which is not hot, and that is a perfectly seasoned and buttered bit of corn without any buggering around. Next, let's do I'm making this up, usually a bit like a garlic wrap thing, but I'm gonna do my own kind of version of it, keeping on the Peri-Peri theme. So very common with this sort of meal is like a cheesy garlic bread, or it's like a cheesy garlic pita. So I'm gonna use mini tortillas, bit of mozzarella, chuck that on the tortilla. Man, when I hear Australians say tortilla, it really does make me cringe. And I'm sorry to Americans, it happens a lot. And particularly sorry to the Mexicans. It's tortilla. Just, this is a public service announcement. In the same way that gourmet is gourmet, not gourmet. So tortilla, fajita, not fajita, karage, not karaji. There are lots and lots of little food things. I'm not going to give you an English lesson, but I just thought I'd give you those, because those are the most mispronounced I think I've heard. Even a fun one is, it's not pronunciation, it's pronunciation. You say pronounce or pronunciation. Shit, that's ripped. Sorry, I'll stop being your mum. Well, my mum actually, she's a big corrector of English. A little bit of Peri-Peri in there, because it's, the reason I'm doing this is because Peri-Peri's got heaps of garlic in there. I'm probably going to go this side down first, because the top is definitely ripped, but it'll stick back together with all that melted cheese. All right, let's get that chicken on. Want that on kind of a medium heat, so I'll put that like there. Skin on is always best for this. The skin just adds the most beautiful flavour. Now I've got a little cup here with some Peri-Peri for basting. And no, I'm going to wait for those prawns and we'll do them last. Notice I'm not marinating the prawns because they just don't need it. They're quite a delicate flavour and they don't need too much sauce on them. The rice is getting close. Probably 3, 4 more minutes. Basically, I get it to like nearly completely cooked, and then I take it off and rest it to the side, and let it continue to cook in its own heat, and that works well. So you want it to be sort of like al dente pasta, so like a little bit, al dente means, I think, yeah, toothsome. So a slight tightness in the bite. You want that in the rice, so it should feel slightly raw or slightly undercooked, and then just leave it for like 5-10 minutes. And that, I find that cooking it completely on the heat is significantly, well, not significantly worse, but not as good as taking it off probably 5 minutes before it's finished cooking, and leaving it for 10 minutes on the counter. It cooks more evenly and you never burn the bottom. Now flip those, give them a wipe. Now you only want to do this wiping stuff early on, because pretty soon, well, sorry, immediately after you first marinate it, it's going to have raw chicken on your basting brush. So you want to basically only put the raw chicken stuff on things that you are going to then cook. So I put that on the raw prawn, no worries. Now this is retired. And this needs a wash up. Okay, that rice is looking good to go. Leave that there to steam, give it a quick fluff up. Like you're in the line for Bonnie Blue. Okay, so we want these prawns on quite high heat. Small amount of flesh means high heat, maximum crisp. And we're going to chuck this guy on over to the side, low heat. It'll take a while. Once again, clean these. Now, I'm not much of one for food safety, but also having gastro in the bush sucks. So when you're dealing with chicken and room temperature prawns, which I thawed mine out and let them get to room temperature, yeah, you need to be a bit safe. Also, questions about wooden chopping boards. They have natural antibacterial properties. Excellent, excellent for food safety. So people, talk about having a chicken board and a, vegetable board. No, if you have a wooden breadboard, you're good. I want a beer. Bit of Royal Haze. 'Tis that sort of night. It's quite cool. Not super cool. It's like 14, I think. No, yeah, about 14 tonight. 14 or 16, one of the two. So right now it's probably like 18, 20 degrees. Beautiful. Oh, the reason I'm wearing boots is because the ground's muddy and I'm going to get in my rooftop tent later and I've got limited water. I don't have a shower. I don't want to be completely covered in mud up to my ankles before I get into bed. So kept my feet clean, which is very rare. Woo, that's looking good. Ugh. Now it's still got a bit to go. See the legs curling up, that's a good sign. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. All right. That head can just go in there. Whew. Look at those prawns. Crispy, delicious, yum. Yummo. The bloody corn's the thing that's taking the longest. All right, grab that. Looking good. Gotta leave that to harden up a bit. Cut that. So what I mean by harden up is like to the cheese to not be as stretchy, and that will make it a bit easier to eat. Chuck a bit of rice in the middle here. Bit of Peri-Peri. I like a bit of Peri-Peri in the corner here. All right, chicken. Look at that. Crispy skin, you can hear that. Crispy skin. If this isn't the perfect African street food meal, Southern African street food meal, I don't know what is. Tell me in the comments what it needs. And the best comment, most liked comment of what it needs, I will send a book to. And I'll do it within the week. Usually I wait a few months, or a few weeks to months before sending out a book. I go through them and do them in bulk. I'll send it within the week. Gratuitous B-roll. All right, let's try this. Start with, I want some prawn. Never had a peri-peri scully. We just wasted on the scullies.
I wouldn't do a prawn this high quality again with peri-peri. Better with a cheaper prawn. It takes away from the flavour. That's my first impressions. And I had them 2 days ago at the family farm. Okay, chicken. Hell yeah. Chicken's amazing. The chicken is tender, spicy, tender, like really tender, juicy, crispy. That rocks. That's incredible. Very nice. Yeah. That's incredible. Super juicy. So juicy. I left that in there for quite a long time. So I was hoping it would be, and it is. Now, let's do a bit of sauce. I like both sauces together. It's very African. Hand and spoon. Actually, this is very African. Well, that is excellent. You have my first cookbook. There's a traditional peri-peri recipe in there. You can use that for the Skull Island. But everything else is outstanding. I know how this is going to go. Salty, vinegary, spicy. Does it go well with beer? That's a blinder. 9. I think it's my first 9. That's a 9. Get some salsa with this or something. I'm aware that I'm using both hands. I'm not proficient with eating with my hands. Traditionally, you only use your right hand, and you use your left hand to wipe your bum. But I use toilet paper in both hands. Absolutely outstanding. That combination works so well. And I see why my dad's always going on about this street food. I need to go to Mozambique and try some. And when I do, I'll make another video. See you in the next one.